that is a better goal that sets kind of, I think, a road for success and having a fruitful conversation rather than trying to prove your point.
Introspection, right? Is this triggering me from how my parents used to be? Is this triggering of an old partner? Do I actually believe the party I'm standing up for? Do I believe everything that they believe in, or do I just believe parts of it? Why do I believe those things? Get curious with yourself, be
Mhm.
critical of yourself rather than just the opposing person.
It-
And even as I say opposing person, isn't that crazy? Like it's
yeah.
that language is indoctrinated into this conversation of we are opposing.
And what's fascinating is that a couple things here. One is if you're in the in group, you do a lot more work to understand what's happening in your party and why they're right, right?
Mhm.
Confirmation bias again. And we do a lot more effort on the other side to see why they're wrong. But we don't share that same effort of why the other person might have a valid perspective and where they're coming from and why this is a value of theirs.
Mhm.
How are you ever expected to have a balanced perspective if you don't give anything opposing, well, in your view, opposing a chance?
If you don't consider outside of your own view. So, with the political stress, so we've talked about boundaries and communication. I also want to talk about self, right? If I know these political spheres, this time of election stresses me out, how am I taking care of myself, regardless of the conversations with other people? Am I still viewing the news at the same volume? Or maybe I turn it off. Am I, this sounds weird, but like pre recording my shows so that I can fast forward through the commercials?
Hmm.
Am I taking more time for self care, getting out in nature, turning off my phone, turning off my computer, right? The things we need to help regulate our body in what is a potentially very stressful
Hmm.
season of life. And so it's important to think about how am I also regulating myself with all the stress that's buzzing around?
Yeah. And kind of what you're speaking to, I think, and I appreciate is this idea that politics isn't our identity.
Oh.